when recording starts. Joydev Kumar. Who is Joydev Kumar? Is he in the class? Anybody knows you have a person called Joydev Kumar in our class? It seems
Yes,
I
sir.
have. Oh, why is he not Joydev Kumar? Okay. Okay, it seems okay. So I can have the coupling like this. So I can have L1, L2, L1, S1. I can have S1, S2. I can have S1, S2, of course, and I can have L1, S1. I can have L1, S2. I can have S1, L2. So all these combinations are possible. And I can also have L1, L2, S1, S2. Okay, L1, S1, L2, S2 is also possible. Right? So I can have all the combinations of, and so for all of these, I need to understand how they are combined. And the good news is that this simple exercise will solve the problem for everybody in this world. So what it means? That means if I understand how to couple two angular momentum, I should be able to coupling more. I should be able to understand how to couple more than two angular momentum, which is of course the case. So how many angular momentum I have in the hydrogen atom problem? In the hydrogen atom problem, I have coupling means I need to understand what happens to the coupling of L and S as far as the electronic problem is concerned, right? But if I talk about the nuclei, then also I have to understand this is for the electron, this is for the electron. I also have to understand L of nucleus, S of nucleus. They also have spin, okay? And so that is also part of the problem. I can understand. I can have the cross terms, right? So even in a one electron problem, you have so many combinations. You can see that. But the good thing is that if you understand the general principles, the rules are same for everybody. So your doesn't matter what is your L1 and S1. You understand? So that is why we need to discuss it in a general term. So you can see that if you go to the helium atom, even for the electronic problem, you have, forget about nucleus. So what will happen to the electron in the helium problem? I have electron 1, electron 2, sorry. Right? So I can have L1, L2, I can have S1, S2, I can have L1, S2, L1, S2, I can have S1, L2. All these things will happen, right? Just like there, everything is possible. Okay. So let us get the nomenclature. And what is the problem? What do I mean by I need to understand the rules of coupling of angular momentum? What exactly it means? You understand? We need to understand the coupling. But what is the meaning to say that I need to understand the meaning of coupling? Can somebody tell me what exactly is the problem? What do you have to figure out? So what you have to figure out is that, let us give two names now. One angular momentum is given the symbol M1. This part of the discussion is more or less from your Levin's book. Okay? So I'm following that notation. And this is M2. Two angular momentum. But this is not necessarily for electron 2. This is just another angular momentum. Okay? So with this understanding, so M1 and M2 can correspond to both can correspond to the same electron, right? But then one of them is L, one of them is spin. That's how it is. So my problem is, so I also understand that the problem is that if you have worked with hydrogen atom problem, you have seen that the Hamiltonian commutes with L square Lg operator. The Hamiltonian also commutes with the S square Sg operator, right? But the problem is, it is not so for everybody in this world. When you have more than two electrons, when you go down the periodic table, or when you are in general talking about a coupled system, this may not always be true. What does it mean? That means you have angular momentum quantum number. So this guy came with L1, ML1. This is came with S1, MS1, right? So using that notation, I can write L1. So I can write a state of the hydrogen atom in this notation. A Kate state L, ML, S, MS. This is my Kate state, right? Of course, apart from your N is also there, but I am interested about the coupling, only angular momentum portion. There is no coupling with the radial part, so that's why I am leaving out. So a general state can be identified by the 4 quantum numbers, and the more quantum number, the better for us. And each of these operators must commute with the Hamiltonian, because a Kate is a solution of the eigenvalue equation. That means it is already an eigenfunction of the Hamiltonian operator. So that means you have proved that all these operators commute with the Hamiltonian. We have done that. But the question is that L and S also can combine. So there is also the possibility of this guy. J, suppose J, L and S couple to give you a J quantum number, J angular momentum, right? So that can also have J square and J. So that means I have 2 more index. That means 6 quantum numbers. Okay? So it is good for us. Sometimes it works. But what happens is that in general, that means if it is J and MJ, that means on top of these 6, 1, 2, 3, 4 operators, you also have the Hamiltonian which commutes with J square and which also commutes with the HJZ operator. You understand? Otherwise, you cannot characterize the state if they are not simultaneously eigenfunctions of all the operators corresponding to these quantum numbers. Okay? So that means I have assumed that I have proved that a state is representable by these. But the thing is that in general it doesn't work. In many cases, what happens is that the Hamiltonian just commutes with the total angular momentum, not the individual products, not the individual angular momentums. That means in this particular case, if I take, so that means Hamiltonian will commute with J and JZ, but it is not necessarily it will commute with, in hydrogen atom it does, but for many others, it may not be an eigenfunction of the L square or S square or LG or SG. Which one? That will figure out. Some of them will work out, but not all of them. But J square and JJ will be eigenfunctions. Commute with the Hamiltonian. So that is my, that means I need to understand. So if that is the case, so we say that an interacting state is an eigenstate of the coupled angular momentum quantum numbers. So what is the quantum number associated with J operator? That is the question. That means how my J, little j, the eigenvalue, is connected to the L and S. How? What is the relation between? What is the condition? That is what I want to find out. You understand? Similarly, what is my MJ? How they connected to the little l and little s? What is the connection between them? And for 2 electrons, you may easily do it. But if I have nitrogen atom, I have 7 electrons. So I have to have a mechanism how to do it for every electronic system. You see the problem? Is the problem clear? So the first thing is that for an interacting system, the Hamiltonian may only commute with the coupled, the resultant angular momentum operators, not the individual orbitals. Individual angular momentum, it could be individual orbital and spin, or individual spin, individual orbital. It is, any combination is possible, right? So which one of them I can include? So that means how many index for an operating system, for an interacting system? The question is that, say, quantum number 1, quantum number 2, quantum number 3, quantum number 4, quantum number 5, quantum number 6. Can I include all of them as an identifier for a state? That is the question. Is the question clear? I need to understand how these individual quantum numbers are related to the resultant. Is the question clear? And as you can see, the way it is defined, it will solve for everybody. Clear? Vidipta, is the question clear to you? Hello? Tathagato? Hello? Is the question clear? Somalika?
Sir, can you repeat once more the question?
So you should tell now when it is not clear. If I did not ask, you would not have said this, right? That is not good, right? If the question is not clear, तो कैसे लिखोगे answer? The question is that how the individual angular momentum in a given interacting system combine to give you the resultant quantum numbers, the resultant operators, and how they commute with the Hamiltonian of the system. Because why you want to do that? Because, so let us see M1 and M2 now. What is the relations that I know? So that means M1 square commutes with M1G. Individual A1, remember, is equal to M1 square M1x is equal to M1 square M1y. So that means M1 is just like your either L or S. So within L or S, they will have this relation is equal to 0. And also M1x M1y is equal to IH cross MZ M1G, right? So this, that means the other relations will also hold. So that is the my M1 branch. What will be my M2 branch? M2 branch will also have exactly analogous equations, right? Let us write this side. So M2 square, so M2 square M2x is equal to M2 square M2y is equal to 0, and M2x M2y is equal to IH cross square M2z. ठीक है? There is no problem with that individual angular momentum का जो commutation relations with them, that is untouched. The problem is with the quantum system. That means Hamiltonian. Okay? So that relations are always okay. Now the question, so this is where we start from. Now let us see what is my resultant M. So what is my resultant M? So resultant M is actually, so now my M1 and M2 definition is clear, na? Surbhi, is the M1's and M2's definition clear?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So let us see. So how do these operators give me the eigenvalue equation? So M1 square I will write is equal to the eigenvalue. Remember, always remember with this equation, L square y kind of equation, LGY. Okay, that kind of equation. So M square comes with, M square give me J1 plus 1. I am writing the eigenvalue corresponding to the M1 operator as J1. Okay, J1 plus 1 H cross square. And what is my M1G eigenvalue? Is equal to, what is the notation? M1, small m1 H cross. And what is my M2? M2 comes with J2 plus 1 H cross square. This is M2 square. And M2Z comes with my little m2 H cross. These are the 4 eigenvalues. 4 quantum numbers I have got. J1, M1, J2, M2. Okay? So the question is how J1 and remember J1, M1, J2, M2 are corresponding to only one angular momentum. J1, M1, one angular momentum. J2, M2, one angular momentum. In the nitrogen atom, I have how many electrons? 7 electrons. So if I look at the electronic problem, I have 14 angular momentum to add. 7 orbital angular momentum for each electron, 7 spin angular momentum for each electron. So that means I need to consider the coupling between 14, not just J1, J2. I have J1 to J14. Okay, so this side is 14, that side is 14. Okay, so if I do that, so I can write for hydrogen atom when I wrote L1, ML1, S1, sorry, there is no 1, LML and SMS, JMJ. If I could write, I have not proved it, you had no issues. You kept silent, right? But now, if I have to write it for nitrogen, what do I have to do? I have to write L1, L2, L3, up to L14, sorry, L7. 7 electrons are there. And then I have to write, so let us call this S1, S2, up to S7. 7 spin, right? These many quantum numbers are there. Then I have ML, let us write it here. ML1, ML2, ML3, up to ML7. ML7. And then I have MS1, MS2, MS3, right? Let us see the real problem. So this is another set. So that means then MS1, MS2, MS3, up to MS7. So this is so a kept state in a nitrogen atom will be this. Right? So 7 plus 7 plus 7 plus 7, that means 28 quantum numbers, right? And then on top of that, you still have not considered the J's. You see the problem, how big the number is? So for your fullerene molecule, you can see that you will be blind when you are writing those numbers. So, and definitely when you are discussing all this chemistry, you do not talk about each electron. You talk about the resultant. You understand? When you talk T2G, EG, Anatana, etc., etc., or 4P, 5G, etc., you have completely forgotten that there are so many electrons. Is the problem clear? So my Kate state, that means this Hamiltonian for the nitrogen atom commutes with all these 28 operators. That means a state in the nitrogen atom, an electronic state in the nitrogen atom, in this way, if I want to do, it is dependent on 28 quantum numbers at least. Does that happen? Is it happening? It doesn't happen. So what happens? That is the need. So what will happen? I will eliminate many of them. That is the reason we want to discuss today. How to how to add these guys together, any combination. And you will see that only few will come, all of them will vanish. Is the problem now clear? Sombolika? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is the problem clear now?
Yes, sir. But my net was not very good, so the video broke at some parts in the middle.
That's fine, it happens. So, but now you understand the real problem, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Okay. So that is why we need to understand the coupling of angular momentum, not only for nitrogen atom, but for everybody. Okay. So अभी जो M1 जो M2 लिखा है, M1 M2, what is M1 in this case? M1 can be any of these guys. Any of these guys. Sorry, not these MS ones. M1 can be this, any either or this. Okay. So just to take an example, M1 can be L1, M2 can be S1. M1 can be L1, M2 can be L2. M1 can be L1, M2 can be L3. So you can write M1 can be L1, M2 can be S2. All these combinations are possible. It's a gigantic combination. You can see that. Okay. So with this definition of M1 and L1, let us now try to understand. So Where is my, what is my, I now want to define a big operator M. What is M? What is M? M is the resultant of M1 and M2. Okay? So, M is equal to the big M1 plus M2. But of course, we have to give the vector notation. Okay? So that means I am defining, I am looking for an operator. Hopefully, there will be a big operator M square, which will be somehow the resultant of M1 and M2. And the big M will also come with its components, Mg, Mx, and My. Because every angular momentum will have components. Okay? So this, now let us see what happens to the big M, because that is what we want to find out. You can open the book of, you can open any book and then start looking at it, you know. So my M is actually M1 plus M2. Okay. So that means M is equal to Imx plus J. These are vectors. This is not the quantum numbers. Okay. Plus K Mg. I can write like this. Okay. But then this Mx must be M1x plus M2x, My is equal to M1y plus M2y, Mg is equal to M1g plus M2g. These are my simple definitions. Okay. So now let us consider M square, because eventually it is M square which, so the M square means what? M dot M, so this is the dot product, right? So please work out. So this should be Mx square plus My square plus Mg square, right? But I can also write M1 plus M2 dot M1 plus M2. So what do I, so that means I can write M1 dot M1, let us follow the notation as in your list, plus M2 dot M2 plus M1 dot M2 plus M2 dot M1. So M1 dot M1 is actually M1 square plus M2 square plus, now let us see. So now M1 dot M2 and M2 dot M1 are the same. Can I write that M1 dot M2 dot M1 is equal to M1 dot M2? Can I write it always? Because I have this, no? M2, M1 dot M2 plus M2 dot M1. We are working in quantum mechanics, so we cannot always take it for granted that AB is equal to BA, right? So, and these are operators. So can I write it? M1 dot M2, is it that M2, is it equal to M2 dot M1? Can I unequivocally conclude it? Who can answer? Come on, please, somebody answer. Tahiti, I can see your name in the top. So, no sir, Rohan says. No sir, Shrubi says, okay. But some explanation, please. Yes, your answer is correct, but some explanation, please. They must commute. They need to commute. Why? How is it happening, Munish? Can you please elaborate a little bit? Oh, your mic. Rohan, you want to say? बोलो तो, कोई तो बोलो.
They are of different electrons. M1 and M2 are of different electrons.
There are different.
They are of different electrons.
Really? I spent 20 minutes to explain to you that M1 and M2 can belong to the same electrons too. How can you say that they are from different electrons? I explained so hard for 20 minutes to tell you that M2 can also belong to the same electron. Right? Isn't it? I said that.
Then said they need to commute. If they
Bolo?
commute, they will belong to the same electron.
You are, it's a chicken and egg problem. You are going from the bottom side. If that is true, then this is true. But the question is that why this is true? That is what is asking. You are taking from the bottom. If they can commute, then M1, M2. If they can commute, that is fine. That is fine, Suranjana. But the question is that can they commute? Can I have an unequivocal answer that whether they will, like all the time I ask a question, is it commuting? You say yes or no, right? We have an answer. So can I have an answer to that? That is what, of course, we are asking. Because my only intention in that, I want to see if I can write it as 2 instead of writing 1 term. Instead of writing 2 term, I can write them as 1 term. That will simplify a lot of stuff. Now, what is Suranjana? What is your answer? His answer is extremely simple. Just look at, there is a movie this called, I'm sorry to digress a little bit, but I think you look to the basics, There was this movie, Sound of, no, we cannot say that they commute unless we know which operators they are. That's a very general answer, but we already know which operators they are. That is the point. In the Sound of Music movie, when this lady wanted to make a song for the what is that, Christopher Plummer. So they started from A, B, C, D. You have seen that? So a full song was prepared in very short time that governors made, and starting from absolutely zero, A, B, C, D. So just look at the definition of M1 and M2. That will answer. We cannot say that they commute unless we know which operators they are. Why is it that we do not know these operators? We already know that operators. That is why I'm asking you this question. So now you think about it.
Sir, maybe because sir, we don't know which L1, S1 or which L2, S2 which would commute with each other. So that's
Okay.
why we can't conclude that whether M1, M2 minus M2, M1 will happen or not.
Yeah, but you see that is what is the purpose of the class. How do we, okay, stay. Why you say that we do not know? We already know. Let me tell you how is it that we know. M1, what is the possibility of M1? M1 can be, that is why I spent 20 minutes. I know that is the problem, but still it seems that there is some problem. So M1 can be the orbital angular momentum or spin angular momentum, right? और तो कोई बात नहीं है, और 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन के ले लो, तो एक ऑर्बिटल का हो सकता है, they will commit as L1 N2 S1 N2 commit. कुछ हद तक ठीक है, but let us clear. But still you have some problem. So it can be only L and S, L or S, कुछ एक होगा, ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
So let us see that this is L, okay? L of 1 electron. And M2 can be what? M2 can be also spin of 1 electron. That is one combination. So if you take that possibility, M1 and M2, M1 and M2, so what has happened? So this is spin of 1 electron, this is orbital of 1 electron. This is spin of 1 electron, this is orbital of 1 electron. Right?
Yes, sir.
But orbital and spin coordinates will commute always, because orbital depends on orbital angular momentum depends on theta phi. You have already worked out, right?
Yes.
And spin coordinates depends on spin coordinates, which you do not know, but you must be knowing that it is not theta phi.
Yes.
So how? So they will commute, right? Two different coordinates.
Yes. Yes.
So M1 and M2, if they belong to spin and orbital of the same electrons, they will commute. Okay, clear ho gaya. Now let us consider m1 to be orbital angular momentum of electron 1, orbital angular momentum of electron 2. This is another combination, right? So this is L1, this is L for electron 1, this is L for electron 2. Okay, so if I do that, L for electron 2, L for electron 2, L for electron 1, L for electron 1, L for electron 2. What will happen to this star? That means you are talking, so first case, we consider M1 and M2 to be L1. So these are two different these are two different angular momentum.
Electrons.
Not electrons, these are two different angular
Sorry,
momentum.
M.
Right? Yes.
Yes.
That is right. So this is the electron 1, L1 यहाँ पे एक देता है, ठीक है? L1 S1 तो हो गया, हमने करके दिखा दिया था, it will commute. Now I want to take M1 M2 to be, so suppose L1 means electron 1 and L2
S2
electron 2. L1, what will happen to M1 M2 now?
Then that will be also be L1 and L2.
So
Yes, sir. Then it would be, yeah, sir. Then it would be L1 that whole square plus L2 whole square. No, that won't commute.
no, ये तो L1 square L2 square हो जाएगा, ठीक है? But what I am the only difficulty is here, ना? M1 dot M2 or M2 dot M1. So this is your L1, just like the way I wrote L1 dot L2, right?
Yes, L1 dot L2 and L2 L1.
L2 dot N1. Now the question is, are they same? Because these are operators, just like L and S.
They are of different electrons, then they are affecting each other, so they will commute it with 0.
So you see that it is so easy. Of course, they are, even though they are L, theta 1, phi, but for they are two different electrons. So it is theta 1, phi 1 and theta 2, phi 2. How can they not commute? It will always commute. तुमको कुछ जानने का जरूरत ही नहीं है. Is that clear, Manish?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So my this combination will also commute. Now I have another combination, M1, M2. So I will take it S1, S2. What will happen?
Yes, yes, sir. They will commute.
So और कुछ combination बाकी रह गया, रह भी से गया. So you can
L1, S2, L2, H1, these all will commute. Yes, sir.
So you see that these are the little things which makes quantum mechanics exciting. अगर तुम लोग interact नहीं करोगे तो बहुत ही बकवास हो जाता है मेरे लिए. It becomes very fruitless and futile, and it is very dull. It becomes like a college teacher teaching just to earn money and just doing duty. Don't make the class like that, please. I'm not criticizing. I'm just telling, make it interactive. You know, I am always, so I have no hesitation to go slow. We can go slow, but make sure that you understand even one little thing in every class. Otherwise, it is meaningless. Quantum mechanics is an extremely vast topic. And you know, even Professor Einstein said that very few people understand quantum mechanics. So we cannot pretend that we understand quantum mechanics. That is not the way to learn a subject, right? So please interact, you know. So now you can see that how easy it is and why I was asking this question. Don't you think that you should have answered this question even at the drop of a hat? It was so simple question. ठीक है, अभी clear हो गया? We can move forward. Yes, Manish?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now, after all this deliberation, I can actually write this to be M1 dot M2. That is my only intention. That's the only thing I wanted to. So this is my definition. ठीक है? So now I want to see. चलो ये सब तो हो गया. Remember, I have just only defined 6 operators. What are those? Let us recap here. So I have M1, M2, I have M1Z, I have M2Z, and of course there are M1X, M1Y. I will also write here M1Y, M2, M1X, M2Z, M2X, M2Y. This set of operators, out of that only these many will commute, etc. But then I have also now written the big M operator. So that means So you can give m1 square, m2 square. Big M square is given by this expression. So if I wanted to write this, 1 square plus m2 square plus 2 m1x, m2x plus m1y, m2y plus m1g, m2g. This is here. This is the full form. So m square ho gaya. Okay. And what are my big M components? mx, my, mg. What are my mx? I wrote mx is equal to m1x plus m2x. Similarly, my is equal to m1y plus m2y. Right? And similarly, mz is equal to m1z plus m2z. The catch is that I have not defined what are the eigenvalues associated, just like for these guys, this J1 and M1. So for this set, J1, M1 is, so this is J1, this is M1, this is J2, this is M2. I did not know what are these eigenvalues will be, how they will be connected to, because only thing that I know is this little jm's. So I need to understand the eigenvalues of these big operators, because these are the resultant angular momentum operators which will commute with your Hamiltonian. So that is why these are the big pieces. So I have to see which little pieces these big pieces allow. So these are now my little pieces. Because if my Hamiltonian is commuting with m square and mg, right, I need to see whether these big guys can tolerate these little guys. That is the question. You know, when you have a bigger interest, you will not cut the bigger interest, right? You will cut down the smaller interest. Samjhe? So that is the whole game. So I need to see whether these will, how many more, so this much is guaranteed. I need to see how many they will allow to enter out of this M1, M1x, M1y, M1g, and this M2x out of these 8s. That is what is the question. And how these big j's, they will come with some j quantum number, big J, they will come with some mj quantum number. How this big J and big mj are related to J1, M1, J2, M2. That is the problem. Abhi clear hai? Samajh gaya? Sarvagga, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Sure?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Surbhi, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Okay, so now let us move. So I have explained to you the problem now. So, and these are my known things. So now I go for big things. Let us first prove. So please work it out now. What about this guy? First, I need to ensure that that is true. जो ये हमने बोला है h m square mz is producing a simultaneous set of operators. I need to prove that m square commutes with mx or m square, because for m1x, for m1 and m2, my understanding was all right because I already proved that. But the big problem with m is now that m is not just else. M is now a collection of all these terms. You see that? That is my m square. So that is why I need to do this exercise. Because here the coupling is taking place. अभी तक जितना हमने L square Lx लिखा है, जो whatever you did proof, that is not sufficient because that was only one angular momentum L square. So you simply wrote whatever operator, whatever way you did it, either by ladder operator or by theta phi. So you did that, but there was no complication because it was only one. But now my m square is given by this expression. So I need to work it out. So please, now all of you, please try to do this in your own. We'll work it out in the class, okay? M square mx, let us see what happens to that. So what do I do? Or you can do m square mg, because that is my convenience, so I'll prove it for m square mg. What will happen? So m square is this guy. You see that? That is what I need to do. So let us write. So m1 square plus m2 square plus, I'll write now 2 m1x m2x plus m1y m2y plus m1g m2z. Right? This is my m square. And this, please all of you work it out, those of you who are in the class. And this, so let us write it here. You'll see that after you work it out, one of them or two of them, things will be very easy. Okay? And this commits with my mg. What is my mg? mg commits with, mg means m1g plus m2z. That's the commutator. So please work it out. So what you do, you are clever. So you understand that if I work it out for m1 square, m2 square करने के लिए जरूरत नहीं है. It will be similar, right? Similarly, if you want take m1g, so it will be done, right? So let us look term by term. Please cooperate with me. M1, Bolok, somebody please tell me logically. I don't want to write all these terms because there is no need to write, but we'll write if it is necessary. So m1 square m1g, what will happen? Please write in the chat box. m1 square m1g, what will happen? m1 square m1g, they will commute. Very good. So m1 square m1g is 0. m1 square m2z, what will happen? m1 square m2z will be 0 because m1 is orbital or spin, tab be 0, and your m2, if your m1 is orbital of one electron, m2 is orbital of second electron, then also it is 0. I just told you, the moment you have 1 and 2, there is nothing to look at. That is the deal. So m1 square m2z is also 0. If it happens for m1 square, that means m2 square will also give you 0. Right? Because m1 and m2 are two different things. Right? m1 के साथ जो होगा, m2 के साथ भी वही होगा. So I can simply remove this. Right? So I am left with this term. So now work it out, please. So how do I work it out? Just think about it. So I have three terms, 1x, 2x, 1y, 2y, 1g, 2g. And then I have this guy. So I can write it very simplistic way. This guy with this guy with these operators, and this guy with this term. So let me see m1g, 2g. First let us work it out. m1g, 2g with m1g plus m2g. What will happen to that? Means m1g, let us break it out. So what will happen? m1g, m2z with a 2 and m1z plus m2z. What will happen to this? So that means 2, क्या होगा इसका? बताओ. Sitab bro, what will happen to this thing? Ahiti, what will happen to this guy? So m1g, you can break it, right? m1g, m1g, but kuch bhi karo, whatever combination, eventually you will be left with m1g, 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 m2g. This the combination of m2g, m1g, m2g, m2g, even if you do not know the operator rules. So what will happen? What is the commutator between m1g and m1g? What will be this?
So they will commute.
M1G is 0. M1G will
Yes.
commit also M2G,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So that means my this term is also 0. Okay, so I can remove this guy now. Okay, so now what it remains? So now I am left with this term. So please work it out and tell me what is going on. So I have two terms now. So one of them is 2 M1X, M2X, M1G plus M2G. Right? What is the fate of this term? So I can write, what should I write? So I can take this guy and this guy, this guy and this guy. So that means 2 M1X, M2X, M1G plus 2, sorry, M1X, M2X, M2G. That's all I can write. What is this term? So you can write, so 2, what should I write? 2, you can write 2 M1X, M2X, M1G plus so 2 M1X, M2X, 1G plus 2 M1X, M1G, M2X. Right? And similarly, this guy you can write 2 M1X, M2X, M2G plus 2 M1X, M2X plus 2 M1X, M2G, M2X. ठीक है? This is the fourth term. So I need to work out another term, 2M1Y, M2Y, M1G plus M2G. That also needs to be worked out. Then the whole thing will come. Now let us look at this term. What is going on? M2X, M1G. What is this? M2X, M1G. What is this? What will happen? Hello?
So they'll commute.
They will commute because this is commuting on so many grounds. You have a x coordinate, you have a z coordinate. बस यहाँ से ही खत्म हो जाता है. You have an, but sometimes it may not because, but this is 1 and 2. That means there are two different L and S. You should always look for that. So that means I can get rid of this guy. Right? What is this? 2M1X. So that means I can bring the 2 this side. Right? What will happen to this guy? M1X, M1G. What is that? Hello? Ashish? 0 or non-zero? अभी तक तो सब 0 निकले. Hello? Sarvaga, you want to say? Rohan
Yes,
says
sir.
I 0.
No, sir.
What will be?
So IH cross MY, M1Y.
You please make it correct.
Or if it is L1, L2, if it is L1S, it may or may not commute depending upon the.
No.
हाँ, मतलब it should be IH cross MY, M1Y.
Why do you think that it can be 0? It can never be 0 because your M1 and M1 is the same, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Even if it is LL, they will still,
Then also NSS, then also.
right? So you understand. Okay, very good. But then you are little bit wrong. Please correct it. Surbhi says, there should not there be a minus sign. These things follow the cyclical pattern, right? X, Y, Y, G, Z, X, right? So you need to write, what should I write? Minus 2IH cross plus 2 into minus IH cross M1Y. Right? That's what I would write. And what is happening here? What is happening here? Please, bolo, tum log.
Minus IH cross M2Y.
Minus IH cross. इतना आसान सा चीज है. Minus IH cross M2Y. Right? What is this guy?
Zero.
Zero. You see that? So finally I am left with minus 2IH cross M1Y M2X, right? Plus 2 minus 2IH cross. लिखा ही है तो, ठीक है? So this is it. Now I just need to work out this guy. So please work it out. Now you can work faster, na? So सब लोग करो. So 2M1Y M2Y plus M2Z. What is happening? Please do. So 2M1Y M2Y. Anybody who finishes, please tell me. Okay, what is the answer? Or write in the chat box. Please check, I may be wrong also, I am just writing. So this will become, so 2, somebody wrote? No? Okay. So 2M1Y, M2Y, M1G, plus 2 M1Y, M1Z, M2Y, ठीक है? Plus 2 M1Y, 2 M1Y, M2Y, M2Z, plus 2 M1Y, M2Z, M2Y. I hope I am correct. So let us look at these terms. M2Y, M1G. What has happened to this?
Zero.
M2Y, M1G is 0. You have learned the rules, so you have no difficulty to eliminate this guy. M1Y, M1G. What is this guy?
IH cross MX.
IH cross M?
M1X.
IH cross M1X. That's right. Very good. So IH cross M1X. M1X, na? Yahi to bola hai. And then what is this? What is this guy? M2Y, M2Z.
IH cross M2X.
IH cross M2X. Very good.
And zero.
0. Very good. IH cross M2X. Right? And this guy is 0. So, right? So 2 IH cross M1X, M2Y plus this guy. So let us see now that these two terms have to be added, right? So that means these two plus this. So let us see what is going on. I hope they are correct, you know. M1Y, M2X. You see that? This exactly is correct. So this is going and M1x, M2y, M1x, M2y with a minus. So, which is what I expected. So that means M square, the big M, is compatible with one of its components, which I took as M square Mz is equal to 0. ठीक है? Is there any issue? Acha, Surbhi is saying, okay, very good. Okay, so we proved it. Okay, so now, so I am still stuck with H, M square, and M components. We still have not brought the individual components. You see that? Okay, so just let us do one more thing. So just let us see what about the individual components. That means, what about mx plus my? Sorry, mx, my. Can you please quickly do? So mx plus my will be what? Bolo class, now you have learned. Surjit, what should I do? Who wants to say? Ashish, you want to say? No. Tahiti, you want to say?
Sir, mx my commutator will be m1.
But you cannot just write mx my is equal to lx ly, right? Because
No,
my
sir.
m1, because my m1 is now m1 plus m2. That is the reason we are working at home.
Yes, sir.
You are alone in your home, right? Suppose
Yes.
now in your room somebody says, suppose you one of your friends is there. Okay, so is it the same story? You will
No,
have
sir.
interaction, right? So how can you say that when you was alone in your room, whatever you was doing in your place, do you think that you are going to behave the same way when another person is there? Whoever be it, right? So how can you expect that the same commutator will also hold for angular momentum? Right? That is the reason we need to figure out that हाँ तुम्हारा कोई गड़बड़ नहीं हुआ, तुम जैसे थे ऐसे ही हो. So I need to figure out whether M will also follow the same principle. What do I have to do? I have to write M is equal to M1 plus M2. So that means, what is my Mx? I need to write M1x plus M2x, right? Yes or no? You see that? Abhi clear hai Tahiti?
Yes, sir.
So now you work it out. This guy. Yeah, Sip Kumar given an answer. So M1x, so I need to work out M1x, M1y plus M1x, M2y. M1x, M2y is 0 because you have already said so many times 1, 2 is 0, right? And then M2x, M2y. M2x, M2y. Right? So this is what IH cross M1Z. And this is what we suspected. Right? So I just proved that M square Mz is equal to 0 and M components also give a commutator of this cyclical fashion, where mx, my are given by this 1 and 2 sums. Right? So, is that clear now to the class? Those of you who are present, make sure that you understand, otherwise it's my discredit, you know, I don't want to leave class like that. Vidipta, is it clear? Vidipta, are you there? Okay, yes sir, it is clear. Very good, I am so happy. So now what is to be done? Now I need to see whether these are the big fish. These big fishes can accept the little fishes. That means M1, M2, M1G, M2G. That's what I want to see in the next class. ठीक है? Any question or comments? So, but you still have not given me answer to the assignments. What should I do? Please write in the chat box. I'm confused. I thought that I should not give assignment. That's why I did not give. Okay, and Friday, Wednesday, we'll meet at 2 o'clock and we'll continue. And so, what exactly you want me to do in the assignment, please? Clearly bolo, koi problem nahi hai. Hello? Okay, I did do. Your assignments, oh, this is so hard for me, you know. It looks like it is harder than quantum mechanics, man. Why cannot it be just frank? I am trying to be so, easy. Right? In the chat box, come se come. Okay, just think about it. I do not know what you should do. It's not good. So, Surbhi, can you just summarize what the class wants, if it is possible? Otherwise, you can give a pass.
Sir,
Bolo.
the problem is that the last assignment especially was very, very long.
Acha, theek hai. Okay, I
So,
got it.
Yeah, that is the only issue.
So what should I do now? You want the non-lengthy assignments, right?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I
Like
think
we understand that. Yeah, okay.
Adri, some new voice. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Sir, you give assignments, but give us a lot of time to solve because we have a lot of overlapping assignments at the same time. So we need we need more time to attempt it.
So 2 weeks is good enough? I believe this one was maybe the little bit lengthy, but I think in the future you will not have these many lengthy operations. So you can expect lesser side. So if that happens, is 2 weeks a good time for that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
At least more than a week, obviously. 2
Chalo,
weeks should be good, yes.
2 weeks is, we don't want to take the fractional numbers, we'll take integers. Okay.
Okay, sir.
We don't want to be quantum particle like spin, पता नहीं कहाँ पे half हो जाता है, कहाँ पे कुछ हो जाता है. So let us behave like classical stuff, okay? So we'll give 2 weeks time, okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Great.
Thank you,
then.
sir.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, then bye. See you next time.